If you're a Disney Parks fan, there's a good chance you've heard of how the Tokyo Disney Resort is a game changer. They've got amazing cast members, the rides almost never break down, the park looks immaculately clean, and the guests are incredibly well behaved. And on top of all that, they have some of the most unique and best rides and attractions in the world. So let's take a look at them. Hi guys, Gio here for Independent Guides, and today we're taking a look at 7 of Tokyo Disney Resort's most unique attractions, and these are in no particular order. First up, we have the Tower of Terror. Now, the Tower of Terror is a ride that you may well know from Walt Disney World, Disneyland Paris, or even formerly from the Disneyland Resort. But the Tokyo attraction is completely different. In this version of the ride, there's no Twilight Zone or Fifth Dimension. Instead, you're going on a tour of the High Tower Hotel, and you'll even see a crashed elevator. You then enter a room and your tour guide tells you about the wealthy owner of the hotel, Harrison Hightower III. Then it's on to the main ride, after seeing some of Mr. Hightower's collection of artifacts. The ride itself is similar to the other Tower of Terrors. You're pulled up and down the elevator shaft, but the scenes and the theming are completely different on this ride. Another thing that's unique is that this is the only Tower of Terror where you have an over-the-shoulder seatbelt like in a car, instead of just a lap belt. So this does mean that the drops feel a little bit more tame, to be honest. There's also fewer longer drops on the ride than in the other versions. Overall, it feels familiar, but at the same time completely different, and the theming really makes this a fun and interesting ride, and a must-do on any visit to Tokyo Disney Resort. Next up is Sinbad's Storybook Voyage. Sinbad has to be one of the most memorable attractions at Tokyo DisneySea. It's a 10-minute boat ride that takes you on a journey with Sinbad and his cute little tiger sidekick Chandu. Along the journey you can expect to see mermaids, ogres, monkeys, whales, and a whole lot more. The ride features over 160 animatronics and some really cute scenes. But what makes it so memorable is the incredible score. It's just as catchy as It's a Small World, but in a good way. Plus, a great bonus is that the wait time here is usually only 5 or 10 minutes. This is in a park where all the headliner rides have waits of several hours usually, so it really is a nice welcome change. Thirdly, we have the Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. At the time we're releasing this video, this is Disney's newest blockbuster attraction anywhere in the world. So it opened at the end of September 2020. This new attraction has been eagerly anticipated since April, but 2020, of course, became the year when nothing productive happened, and Disney fans had to wait an extra 5.5 months before finally getting to experience this. Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast is kind of a giant version of Pooh's Honey Hunt or Ratatouille, in that it's a trackless dark ride that takes you through the scenes of the film. You'll board 10-seater teacups and then enjoy a rendition of Be Our Guest in the first room. With little dancing dinner plates and cutlery, you'll see Belle and Beast fall in love, you'll see the Beast transform into a prince, and, of course, you get to waltz with the main characters in the finale. This is definitely an improvement on the Beast Castle in Magic Kingdom's new Fantasyland, but the ride would probably need to be reworked if it went over to the American parks. It does have some of the most impressive animatronics ever created by Disney, but it's kind of a weird experience. It feels more like a show than a ride. The pacing is a little bit too slow, the scenes are a little bit too empty, and it all just feels a little bit passive. So, as amazing as it is, this might be one that should remain in Tokyo after all. The Venetian gondolas are a wonderfully charming attraction. Here you'll take a trip through the Palazzo canals of Tokyo DisneySea, and during your ride your gondolier will point out landmarks and they'll even sing for you. It's honestly an utterly surreal experience, but it's probably the closest thing you can get to being in Venice while in a theme park. Number 5, we have Pooh's Honey Hunt. Pooh's Honey Hunt was Disney's first ever trackless dark ride, meaning that unlike traditional attractions, the ride vehicles here aren't on set tracks which follow a specific path. It opened back in 2000 and it was instantly successful, and to this day it's one of the most popular rides in all of Tokyo Disney Resort 20 years later. The ride feels like a completely upgraded version of the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh attraction that can be found at almost every other Disney resort. On the ride, you board 5-seater honey pots and then you set off in groups of 3 pots. The first room has you entering a blustery day, and your ride vehicle will spin and turn and it will visit different scenes within the room. Next, you'll be making friends with Tigger, and here you'll bounce around as the vehicle moves up and down, and so do the sets. It creates this really fun scene unlike anything I've ever tried. You'll also enjoy Pooh's crazy dream, filled with heffalumps and woozles, before leaving the storybook and stepping back into reality. So I do like the original Pooh ride from the other parks, but I was blown away by the quality of Pooh's Honey Hunt. It's a really fun ride, It's unique because of the trackless system, and it means that every time you ride you do get a different experience, and it's actually probably my favourite attraction in all of Tokyo Disney Resort. In my opinion at least, it's a much bigger success than the brand new Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast, but only time will tell. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is one of Tokyo DisneySea's most original and unique attractions. The attraction entrance is in the middle of Mount Prometheus. Here you head down the spiral entranceway and board one of the submarines developed by Captain Nemo. The ride vehicles here use the same suspended track system as the one used on Peter Pan's flight, and once you board, you enjoy a tour of the world under the sea. That is until you encounter a kraken, and of course you enter a weird unknown world. The ride uses the same bubble window effect as Finding Nemo's submarine voyage in Disneyland to create the illusion of going underwater. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is, quite frankly, a little bewildering, and we did struggle to see what all the fuss was about with this attraction. The Kraken attack is a definite highlight, and the ride vehicles themselves are incredibly well themed, but to be honest, the actual attraction is a little bit flat. And lastly, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Journey to the Center of the Earth might just be Tokyo Disney Resort's most famous attraction. Just like the previous attraction, this one is also located inside Mount Prometheus. The Imagineers really outdid themselves with this attraction. The queue line is incredibly detailed everywhere you look, and you even board an elevator that takes you deep down underground. The ride vehicles here use the same system as Test Track and Radiator Springs Racers, meaning that for part of the ride, it's a slow stroll past some scenes, whereas in other parts, you can really get some speed. You'll find a world of colours, plants and creatures that inhabit the space deep down underground. And this actually has quite a similar feeling to the bioluminescent plants you see in Pandora at Disney's Animal Kingdom park. In classic Disney fashion though, things start to go wrong, and not all of the creatures down here are friendly. And this is when you need to escape, and your calm ride turns into an adventure, and you'll hit speeds of 47 miles an hour in just a few seconds. This really is an incredible attraction. But if I had one tiny complaint, it would be that I wish that the high speed portion lasted a little bit longer. So those are 7 of Tokyo Disney Resort's most unique attractions, and as amazing as they are, there's very little chance that they'll make their way to any of the other Disney parks, which just means you're going to need to pay Tokyo Disney Resort a visit if you want to experience these. If you're planning a visit, check out our travel guide called The Independent Guide to Tokyo Disney Resort, and this is filled with tips and all the details that you need to know about the resort. You can pick up a copy either as an ebook or a print book, and the links are in the description. Plus, if you use coupon code YouTube, you'll get an exclusive discount on the ebook. If you enjoy Disney and theme park videos, check out the rest of our channel. Please give this video a like and subscribe to help us out and to create more content. Now it's over to you. Which of these rides would you like to see brought to Disney Park near you? Or are there any others that we've missed? Let us know in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Gio for Independent Guides, and we'll see you in the next one.